Time to suit up, all you Minties, and talk about two brand new Marvel Omnis coming out in January of 2024. So, join me. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you so much to David Gabriel and the fine folks at Marvel for sending us advance notice of both of these Omnis coming out in January. Now, before going any further, I always like to ask people to please hit that like button. It is a small thing that you can do, but it goes a long way for us here on the channel. And if you are enjoying these type of videos, think about subscribing and ringing that bell for notifications. That lets you know when our videos are going live. This is where you get your exclusive breaking news in the world of the Marvel Collected Editions. Also, a big thank you to all you folks that have shared the videos, whether it's through forums or Reddit or Facebook or social media. Thank you all. Seriously, it is so nice. Sometimes I get comments of people just saying, hey, I found your video because somebody shared it in such and such group. So thank you all. Now, let's talk about these books. Are they volume 2s? Are they volume 1s? Are they future volumes of another story that started a long time ago? What exactly are we talking about? All right. We're going to be talking about events. Now, I mentioned in the past, it's interesting how in the last couple of years, Marvel has been collecting more and more of their modern events. It's probably not long after they come out, not at least in trade paperback format. Sometimes they're released in oversized hardcover edition and then in omnibus format. So that's what they're doing here too. So I am talking about a modern event, and the first one I'm going to be talking about is Devil's Reign Omnibus. For the people that have been asking me, you think Devil's Reign has a shot at being collected in omnibus format? Yes, I do. And now you know too. So let's take a look at the standard edition cover. So the standard edition cover here is supplied by Marco Cicchetto, and it features the characters of Daredevil, and who's that lady that is dressed like Daredevil? Oh, that would be a spoiler, huh? You have the Kingpin in the background, you have Human Torch and Invisible Woman, Iron Man, Captain America, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. Who's that? Is that Spider-Man? What's with that outfit? Now that would be telling. And Miles Morales, Spider-Man. So yes, why is Spider-Man wearing a different outfit? Well, this takes place during the Spider-Man Beyond series, so make sure to read that. Now, let's take a look at the content together. So this collects Devil's Reign 1 through 6, Spider-Woman 18 through 19, Daredevil Woman Without Fear 1 through 3. So somebody was telling me about that should be in here, and you were right. It is collected in there. Of course it has to be in there. Devil's Reign Superior 4, 1 through 3, Devil's Reign Villains for Hire 3-issue miniseries, the Devil's Reign Winter Soldier one-shot, X-Men 1 through 3, Spider-Man one-shot, Moon Knight number 8, and the Moon Knight one-shot, and Devil's Reign Omega. So all of it now coming out in omnibus format. This has been previously collected in trade paperback format. And what exactly is Devil's Reign? Well, the Kingpin has had enough. He's done just messing with Matt Murdock Daredevil. He is going after all of the Marvel Universe. So he's going after Captain America and Iron Man and the Fantastic Four, Jessica Jones and Spider-Man, Luke Cage. And he's not alone, because now he has his own team of Thunderbolts. So in his team of Thunderbolts, you have Crossbones and Taskmaster, Rhino, and Shocker, Typhoid Mary, and Whiplash. Oh, and Kraven. Just to name a few of his new Thunderbolts that are going after our heroes. Now, before we talk about the creators that helped Chip Zdarsky, because of course he was writing Daredevil at the time, and he is the main writer on the big event here. And before we talk about the creators that help him along the way, let's take a look at the direct market cover. And this direct market cover is supplied by In-Hugh Lee. Now, I'm a huge fan of Marco Cicchetto, but oh my gosh, that piece right there of Daredevil and, well, Daredevil, right, it's like I'm seeing double. That is a beautiful piece. I'm seeing double. I'm not going to spoil that for you. You got to read it for yourself to find out. So I mentioned Chip Zdarsky being the main writer on this because he was the writer on Daredevil during this particular time. So this is an event that started in 2021 and it kind of leaked into 2022, going through X-Men, going through the Superior 4 miniseries and Moon Knight. So what other creators are involved? So you have Marco Cicchetto doing the main artwork for the main series. You have Chip Zdarsky writing it. You have Jed MacKay writing this, Jerry Duggan writing it, Colin Kelly, Zach Thompson, Kelly Thompson, Anthony Piper, and In-Hyuk Lee doing a lot of the covers in there, Clade McLeod Chapman, just to name a few of the creators. Rod Reyes actually does this really awesome, was the one-shot of Moon Knight. If you haven't been reading Moon Knight, I'm so glad you get a little taste of it in oversized format. It is an awesome series. That is your first omnibus. Let's move on to the second omnibus. I talked about how Marvel has been collecting more and more of their modern events in omnibus format. Well, this has been released in trade paperback, but if you're waiting for omnibus format, you don't have to wait that much longer, because it is my pleasure to get to announce Judgment Day Omnibus. That's right, Axe, Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day is coming out in omnibus format in January of 2024. So let's take a look at the standard edition cover first. And this standard, oh gosh, that is a gorgeous piece. It's gonna be really hard to choose which cover. I'm serious. This one is supplied by Mark Brooks, and it is a beautiful piece that features not just the Avengers and X-Men, but also the Eternals in there. That is a gorgeous piece, and even snuck in a Celestial all the way in the back. So let's talk about what is collected in here. This collects Axe, Eve of Judgment. So again, Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, because it's a big crossover. And also Judgment Day 1 through 6, Immortal X-Men 5 through 7, X-Men Red 5 through 7, Axe Death to the Mutants 1 through 3, X-Force 30 through 33, X-Men 13 through 14, Wolverine 24 and 25, the A-Story Marauder 6, Fantastic Four 47 and 48, Avengers number 60, Axe Avengers number 1, Amazing Spider-Man number 10, Axe X-Men number 1, Axe Iron Fist, Star Fox, Captain Marvel 42, Eternals one-shot, Judgment Day Omega number 1. So what exactly is this? I mentioned Avengers, X-Men, and the Eternals. Well, I will say, to prepare for this, I would definitely read the Eternals by Kieran Gillen. And first of all, that series is amazing. It's my favorite take on the Eternals. Because that sets up the events that happen in this book. And then I would also read the modern day X-Men books that started with House and Powers of X. Because the X-Men have a new status quo in the world. And some of them believe they're actual gods. And the Eternals are like, no, you're not. As a matter of fact, we know some people that are actual gods, and you X-Men are not it. So that's kind of what starts the fight, and then you have the Avengers thrown in the middle of it because they're trying to stop the Eternals. Some of the Eternals are trying to stop other Eternals, and you see people switch sides, and again, it's a huge event. Misunderstandings, right? It's comics. I love it. All right, let's take a look at the direct market cover. So the direct market cover here is supplied by Patrick Gleason, and again, oh my gosh, that is a gorgeous piece, and it's going to be hard to choose which cover, featuring characters of the X-Men, the Avengers, and the Eternals in the background. So I mentioned Kieran Gillen being the driving force behind the Eternals. Well, he is the main writer on Judgment Day, and he's not alone, because Valerio Schetti helps him out. Well, it doesn't help him out. He is the artist on Judgment Day, but you also have other writers. Of course, you have Kelly Thompson writing her character of Captain Marvel. You have Jerry Duggan, and you have Al Ewing, and Dan Slott, Jason Aaron, just to name a few of the writers that help out Kieran Gillen during this big crossover, because it is a huge Marvel event. So I mentioned that Valerio Schetti is one of the main artists in here. You also have art from Paco Medina and Stefano Caselli and Lucas Wernick, just to name a few of other artists working on this book. So if you're one of these people that just has to have everything in omnibus format, the big event, here you go. I love the fact that you don't have to wait that much longer for a modern event to be collected in omnibus format. It seems to be something that Marvel has been doing. I don't know if they'll continue doing it or not, but these two at least are going to be collected in omnibus format. And that had me thinking of what's left, what classic events haven't been collected in omnibus format. Because we still have things like Civil War, and I guess, yes, Fear itself, if you add everything, like the Fearless, Original Sin, those were available in hardcover and in an oversized hardcover format, but to have them all in one, and what was the other one I was thinking about? Siege? Yeah, so there's still events that they could go back and revisit and remap together to make into an omnibus one day. But those are your 2 announcements for today. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the content and what you think about the Omnibus and which cover you're going to get. Don't forget to pre-order as soon as the books are available for pre-order. Smash that like button on the way out, please. Thank you again to David and all the folks at Marvel for sending us all of this information. Everyone, stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.